Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting you with a brand new video guide on a late game build for the new striker Asher in Omega Strikers. In this video we'll be covering Asher's role as a goalkeeper. I'll be giving you guys a rundown of her abilities, her trainings, and I'll talk you through some of the combos that make her an unbeatable goalkeeper. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank you guys for all your support over the last few days, and would like to ask that if you have been enjoying the content, that you please smash that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when we drop another guide to help you guys play the strikers to the best of your ability. Watch till the end where I'll be giving you guys a few crucial tips on how to score from the goal line and another tip on what to try and avoid as Asher to keep yourself from being scored on. Let's get into it. In this video I'm going to be starting you guys off talking through the abilities. So Asher's primary ability is the arc beam. This beam sends out a burst of energy that deals a medium hit to all enemies in an arc in the direction that you're aiming. So wherever your mouse is pointed or your analog stick is pointed to, or your right analog stick is pointed if you're playing on a gamepad. Anyone that caught directly in the center of the arc, however, will take a heavy hit instead. Asher's secondary ability is breakthrough. This is a dash in the direction that you're aiming with her shields raised. It stops on the first enemy struck. This ability will deal a medium hit to nearby opponents. And then finally we've got the special, which is called Path Splitter. This ability combines both her shields and launches them forward as a projectile. If they hit an enemy or the core, they expand to create a slow moving destructible barrier that can repeatedly deal medium hits to enemies or to the core. This will however deal reduced damage after the first hit. I'll give you guys some combo tips that you can use now that you know all the abilities. So some combos you can do with the abilities I've just taken you through are as follows. The first one is the basic attack primary combo. This combo is our bread and butter when it comes to saving goals, as it's a short cooldown combo and it will prevent enemies from using the exact same combo against us. To perform this combo, you'll basic attack the core away from your goal, and right after that you'll use your primary ability behind the core just in case the opponents try and push it past you. In a way, you're trading a cooldown for one of their cooldowns. Another combo you can use is the basic special combo. This is the combo you'll want to use when there are multiple attackers pushing on the core in front of your goal line. To perform this combo, you'll do exactly as I said before. Hit the core away with a basic attack and follow that up immediately with your special. If done correctly, the enemy will hit it back toward you. Your special will then hit it and it will expand to create the slow moving destructible barrier that will guarantee block the next 4 attacks sent into it, or perhaps even push your enemies off the map if they're attacking from the sides. The last combo I'll give you guys is an offensive combo that you can use. This will be if you catch an enemy on the side of the map or behind your goal, like trying to harass you. This combo is called the special primary combo. To do this, all you'll need to do is have the opponent between you and the edge of the map or the edge of your goal line, and you'll use your special on them to get it pushing them towards the edge, and then once they're close you'll finish them off with your primary ability. This should send them packing, knocked out of the game, leave you in a 2v3. Now that we've covered our abilities and some of the combos, let's talk about the real reason you guys are here, and that's for the trainings and what I consider to be the best to use on Asher for her role as a goalkeeper. The first one we'll go into is built different. This one is going to be quite standard on a lot of goalkeepers, I find, as it will increase the size, your character size by 35%, meaning you can reach the core at a bigger radius, as well as make your basic hit. It will also make your basic hits and all your abilities hit 5% harder, so you can clear the ball more effectively as well. The next training we'll go with is Prime Time. Prime Time is a late game training, so that means it has added benefits once you reach level 10 in the match. This training will make your primary ability hit 7% harder throughout the whole game, but once you reach level 10 it will give the ability an additional charge, with the downside of it having a 5% slower cooldown. I've found that taking that 5% slower cooldown is way worth it, because you'll have an additional charge of your primary ability so that you can perform the combos I spoke about earlier in a more frequently and more effective manner. And then for the final training I like to use this is crossover. I like this on a lot of goalkeepers because it'll increase your movement speed, or as they call it in the game, your haste, by 35% whenever you basic attack the core. kind of crucial in helping you reposition in the goal when you're trying to defend it from attacks. So every time you hit the core, you'll get a movement speed increase of 3.35%. Now that I've given you guys the build, I would greatly appreciate if you could stick around for the last few minutes for some of the gameplay tips I have for you guys. These may help you improve your game as a goalkeeper on not just Asher, but all other strikers in the goal box. The first tip I have for you guys is to always be mindful of where the core is, whether it's in your half or theirs. The general rule I follow is this: if the core is in their half, stay quite central on your goal line so that you can react to any balls that are being rebounded at crazy angles. If the core is however in your half, try and position yourself closer to the side that the core is on. However, always be prepared and mindful of where your opponents are, whether they're close to the core or not, as they could be wide open for a pass on the other side of the map, which will leave you stuck flat-footed with no way of saving a goal, especially if your secondary ability, which is your dash, is on cooldown. The next tip I have for you guys is more of something to avoid doing. So it can be tempting to sometimes push up and help your team slot the core into the opponent's goals, and Asher is kind of a god at doing this. However, you shouldn't get too far from your goals if your secondary is on cooldown. So if your dash is on cooldown, you shouldn't get too far from your goals. If you do get too far from your goals, your dash is on cooldown, and your opponents get a clear opening to net via a rebound off the wall, they will almost 100% of the time score, because it's pretty easy to get a hard shot on the ball or on the core and push it against the wall and have it rebound directly into someone's net. Now for what I think is the biggest tip I can give you for Asher. She's a literal god at counter-harassing an enemy that is trying to bully you off your goal line. So if a striker like Juliet or X comes at you and tries to throw punches at you, try to get behind them or get them between you and your goal line. Once you have them between you and your goal line, they are pretty much guaranteed dead. What you do is you do the special primary combo I taught you guys earlier. Hit them with your special, let it push them towards the goal line, and then finish them off with your primary ability. This will make them think, once they're knocked out, it'll definitely make them think twice about coming back to bully you again. In this section, I'll talk you guys through some of the gameplay you see on the screen. Over here, you're going to see a great dodge. I use my dash to get past that ability, and it leads us to a goal. So you don't have to just use your dash to hit players, hit the core. You can use it to dodge enemy abilities, anything that can put you in danger or that can put your team in an advantage. Here you're going to see me pushing up. We are 2 goals in the lead, so I feel a bit comfortable. If we lose 1 goal, it's okay. So I do end up pushing up here, trying to look for picks, maybe help my team get the ball on their goal line. Maybe we can get it past them somehow with the extra hands. Burn some cooldowns. Once the ball comes to me, you see now I'm going to go for the ball, chase after it, because we are in the lead. If we weren't in the lead, I would be standing in net defending. There I get a good ult off. It happens to bounce the core away from our net. That could have been a goal scored for them. And here, unfortunately, you're going to see I get a bit cocky, and they do make me pay for it. But yeah, pretty much just positioning myself nicely in the net when the ball's on our side, but when it's up, I do push up. Here's where I get a bit cocky. I get paid to pay for it. And they do end up getting a goal from that. Luckily, it's only 15 seconds left. We're 1 in the lead, so this game's pretty much going to be over with 1 more goal, which you will see by the end of this video. Again, you see me now that we only got 1 goal advantage, you'll see I don't push up as much. Try to stay as close to my net as possible, because we don't want to concede another goal. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks again for the support over the last couple of days. If you've been enjoying the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll be dropping more videos on different strikers this week for your enjoyment, so have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.